When I had started my journey with law of attraction, I faced so many challenges to the point that I had almost given up on my faith and belief in law of attraction, and I thought this does not work. Manifestation is a myth. People are just plain lucky. I will never be able to manifest anything that I really desire, and that was my biggest mistake. Clarity plays such a big role that you will not believe the kind of impact having the right amount of clarity in the right direction for the right fundamental factors can literally boost up your manifestation with regards to the impact it can have in your life, the pace at which you start manifesting, and the way law of attraction starts working for you. I've already given you a very big hint of a big mistake that I made, one of the 5 things that I was not clear on, and you don't have to get into your Sherlock mode because I'm going to confess it to you by the end of this episode anyway. But I'm going to give you not 1 or 2 but 5 areas that you really need to start focusing upon to get more clarity on regular basis, which will help you boost up your manifestation, start manifesting more wealth and all other aspects of your life. And how can you take one step at a time towards actually living a life of your dreams? Hello, I'm Manish Ahuja. This is the 21st episode of Manifest with Paycheck to Profit, a weekly podcast where I talk to you about how can you use law of attraction, various tools of the practice to actually start manifesting life of your dreams, get more money into your life, get more clarity on your wealth, get a bigger net worth, and get answers to all the questions that you may have with regards to law of attraction. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. The first thing, the most fundamental thing that you need in your law of attraction practice is to have absolute clarity on your goals. Let me ask you one simple thing. Can you ever have a successful trip, vacation, if you don't even know where are you going? What is your destination like? How will you pack? How will you book your tickets? How will you book a hotel? How will you understand what is the climate like at that particular place? How will you book cabs if needed? Having clarity of destination, having clarity of your goals is the most important aspect in law of attraction. When I talk to my participants about before they go through my entire program, and I talk to them about what exactly is the financial goals, people do not have clear answers. Similarly, I'm assuming you may also not have clear answers with regards to what are your financial goals. What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of a car that you want to drive? What kind of family vacations that you want to take? What kind of a network do you want to create for yourself, for your spouse, for your family, for your kids? What kind of education do you want to give them? What will be the actual dollar amount or rupee amount for that goal to actually come true? Clarity of goals is the most fundamental clarity that you will need. And the moment you start having that clarity, you'll start observing that manifestation will be a lot more impactful because now you know the direction in which you are going. What kind of amount are you looking at? Which will also take you to the next amount. The second point of clarity that you need is clarity of what is negotiable. Now what happens is we tend to compare our lives to everybody, and we tend to get into a lot of pressure because we now want to acquire everything and anything that we can find. But when you have clarity of your goals, you will stop wanting everything to be a part of your possession. Let me try to explain this to you from the same example of earlier. If you now know you're going to a beach vacation, you are not going to pack sweaters. You are not going to need sweaters. If you know that you want to live an absolutely chill life somewhere in the mountains, you're not going to try to manifest a life in middle of a city where real estate is very expensive, where you are always under a lot of stress. You would want a simple house which will probably be available to you at 1/10, 1/7, 1/5 the price of the house that will cost you in a city. Understanding of what's negotiable is very important, and I can give you an example of my friend. During the pandemic, when he was already going through a lot of pressure with regards to not having a stable job, in middle of the pandemic, he ended up buying a car. Why did he buy this car? Because he came from a very competitive family. His elder brother was somebody who he literally used to keep competing with his elder brother. And during the pandemic, his elder brother had just bought a car before the pandemic because he had a much more stable job. He had a career which was a lot more stable, but out of jealousy, out of comparison, out of pressure, my friend ended up buying a car. He could not afford it. He unfortunately had to sell it 2 years later at a very big loss, but that's the case. If you make mistakes out of not knowing what is negotiable in your life, what is not negotiable, what is it that you need, without having to compromise on your lifestyle, without having to compromise on your happiness, without having to compromise on your goals, you will lead a lot better, smoother, faster manifesting life. Which will also help you to understand what is the third clarity point that you need. The third point that you need to have absolute clarity on is what exactly is it that you need to do. Now understand this. One, you have clarity of your goals. Second, you have clarity of what is what is negotiable. So you know what you don't need, which means now you know what you need. If you now know what you need, you now have full clarity of what do you need to do to start achieving those goals. Do you see how everything starts fitting in place once you have clarity by your side? I keep telling this, clarity is the absolute superpower. If you are stuck at one point of any aspect of your life, the first thing that you should focus on is try to get as much clarity as possible. I was extremely haywire in my earlier content because I did not have the clarity of the script. I would just write 3 or 4 points and I would create a script impromptu. Was I good? I like to believe my content was good even then because the quality of the knowledge that I was sharing was the same. But now what I do is I write all of my notes in a particular book, which just gives me clarity of the direction that I'm going towards. Now I know what is the clarity of what I need to do. I first need to talk about clarity of goals. Second, I need to talk about clarity of what's negotiable. Third is what I need to do. I just now need to speak it out. Clarity of what you need to do is going to help you stay focused, stay motivated, stay in the right direction, stay put even during the difficult points and difficult times in your journey, because now you know why are you on the journey. One aspect that is going to help you be a lot more focused on your journey is by becoming a part of the Profit Clan. What is Profit Clan? Profit Clan is the digital subscription to my newsletters of Paycheck to Profit. You can choose to subscribe to the email newsletters or be a part of the WhatsApp or Telegram community. You will find all the links in the show notes below. Why would you want to become a part of this Profit Clan? Because I keep sending you a lot of value emails. I've started doing masterclasses. I invite you to these free masterclasses. You will get updates on the new episodes of this podcast whenever they are released, or when I release some really impactful videos on my YouTube channel, or maybe when I create a reel which is blowing apart and getting a lot of views. Everything to do with money mindset, money blocks, law of attraction, financial literacy. I talk about everything money in Paycheck to Profit. Manifest with Paycheck to Profit is just one small aspect of the kind of content that I create in the Profit universe. So please make sure that you're a part of the Profit Clan. You'll find the link in the show notes. Please go ahead and subscribe to Profit Clan on email, WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram. I sincerely request you. It's definitely going to help you a lot. Moving to the fourth point of clarity, which is very important, is clarity of why. Now, why? What do I mean about clarity of why? Is when you know that you want to manifest something, you need to understand why do you need to manifest. Go back to the example of my friend. The only reason why he ended up buying a car was out of frustration and a fake competition that he has created in his own head with his elder brother. On the contrary, if you have your why in place, you can do magical things. And I can give you an example for that. If you are somebody who is in a serious relationship or has been in a serious relationship in the past, tell me one thing. Have you ever done something that may seem irrational to the world, but you did that to save your relationship, to help your relationship grow, to enhance the quality of your relationship? Your decision may not have made sense on paper. Your decision may have seemed extremely stupid to some people, but you took that decision in your relationship to help strengthen the base of that relationship. When you know your why, when you know why the relationship is important for you, you will end up doing the right thing, even if it may seem irrational on paper or to people at large. How does this connect with money? When you know your why, let's say if you've come from a very scarcity oriented mindset with regards to money all your life. Let's say you've always lived in a rented house, and if one thing that will bring a lot of peace to you, a lot of calm to your peace of mind, is by owning a house. Depending on where you are, your age, maybe buying a house may not make financial sense. But if you know your why, buying a house is probably going to be one of the most important things for your own mental peace and satisfaction, your security. You will feel a lot more at peace because you know your family and your kids have a base. Knowing your why will make you take decisions which, even if they do not make any sense on paper, will actually help you be on the path, be on the right direction, and do everything that you need to do to live a happier and a more financially successful life. So having clarity of why is just as important as any other aspects of clarity that I've spoken to you until now. But if you are still here, the next point is going to be an absolute game changer, and that was the point that I was absolutely weak on. Before I tell you that, let me recommend you to listen to one of my past episodes, episode number 4, a easy 5-step system to define your goals for law of attraction and achieve them. Now, understand why am I recommending this episode to you. Do you realize the first point of clarity was clarity on goals? Many people falter on their entire law of attraction practice because they don't even understand how to set the right goals. Go listen to that episode. Even if you're somebody who's been following Paycheck to Profit or Manifest with Paycheck to Profit for all these weeks, I would still recommend you to go ahead and listen to that episode, because that episode was released 17 weeks ago from today. And if you're listening to this in the future, that episode is still relevant, because I remember I went through that episode again. It's a very powerful episode. So please listen to that episode. And now let me tell you the fifth and the final and the most important point of this episode today is clarity of having good amount of faith and belief in the law of attraction system. Law of attraction is a very subconscious oriented system. It's a system which literally demands your faith and belief in the entire system, because everything is ethereal. You can't see, touch or feel how the system works. You have to want to manifest something with all your heart, and then also have the courage to let it go, so that the universe will give you exactly what you need, even if it is not how you imagine it to be. But whatever universe will give you is definitely going to be a lot better than what you want. You need to stop being stubborn. You need to learn how to be patient. You need to learn how to have complete faith in the system. When, as I told you, go back to the start of the episode and you'll understand why did I tell you that was my biggest mistake. Because every time I was being tested, every time my manifestation was getting delayed, or it was not happening as per my imagination, I was losing faith and belief in the system. And that is the worst thing that you can do to your own manifestation practice. Why would you want to do that? Please have complete faith in the system. You only need to care about 3 things. What do you want? Why is it so important for you to manifest what you want? And third, what do you need to do? What is in your control? What do you need to do to put the work to make that manifestation come true? How will that manifestation come true? When will that manifestation come true? Leave that on the universe. When you are on the path, universe is always by your side, and things will start making sense to you over a period of time. I know if you are new to the whole concept of manifestation, maybe this point may make you seem really crazy. This is exactly why I keep the last point to be the most important and yet the most difficult to understand point for people who are not yet completely comfortable with the concept of law of attraction, because people don't have the kind of energy. They will drop the episode if they don't understand point 1, 2, 3 or 4. But if you are over here, believe me, this is the point that you need the most. You need to keep staying focused on your faith and belief in the system. Let me consolidate all the points for you so that you can make notes. First, clarity of goals. Second, what is negotiable. You don't have to focus your energy or your efforts towards things which are not really important for you without compromising on your lifestyle. Third, what do you need to do? You need to have absolute clarity on what is your path ahead. Fourth, why is your manifestation important? Whatever you're trying to manifest, why is it important? And fifth, having absolute clarity on the faith and the belief towards law of attraction. A very quick reminder, please do not forget to subscribe to Profit Clan. You'll find the link in the description or the show notes. And if you have listened to this episode till this moment, may I please make a small request? Take a screenshot of this episode, share it on your social media profile, and tag Pay2Pro and Mr. Emojicals, which is my personal ID. I will personally reshare all the stories that get shared on social media to amplify your story. Follow me on social media and ask me any amount of questions with regards to money mindset, money blocks, law of attraction, financial literacy. I will do my best to answer those questions for you. Who knows, the next episode that I create is going to be an answer to your question. Take 10 seconds and please give a 5-star rating to this episode, because that helps this episode reach to more people. You will be instrumental and you'll become a catalyst to helping more people manifest their dreams, and that is your way of showing gratitude to universe, to this knowledge that you've received. And I will always be grateful for you to take 10 seconds out of your day and just give a 5-star review to this episode. If you've listened to this episode till this moment, you definitely have received some value. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, Manifest with Paycheck to Profit is available across all social media, all podcast platforms. And if you're listening to us, you can also watch all of these episodes on YouTube. You'll find the link in the show notes to either watch or listen to these episodes on different platforms. I will now see you in the next episode, which will release on next Monday, 6 a.m. IST. Until then, please take good care of yourselves. Keep going, keep growing. Thank you.